Princess Isabella of Denmark stands at a moment in her young life where the quiet elegance of her childhood is giving way to the grandeur, expectations, and scrutiny of her future as a senior member of the Danish royal family, and it is Queen Mary herself who has begun to pave this transformative path. In the halls of Amalienborg Palace, where centuries of tradition linger in the air and where the Danish monarchy has carefully maintained its balance between tradition and modernity, the focus now shifts to the 17-year-old princess whose poised demeanor and growing public presence have sparked conversations not only within Denmark but across the global royal watching community. Queen Mary, a monarch known for her strategic foresight and delicate diplomacy, has been steadily shaping Isabella's readiness for the life that awaits her. Far from being a sudden change, this transition is the result of years of subtle guidance, a carefully woven tapestry of public appearances, private mentorship, and lessons in duty that blend seamlessly into the everyday rhythm of royal life. Observers who have watched Isabella grow from a shy child into a confident young woman note that her mother's influence has been profound, both in her polished public speaking and her ability to engage with people from all walks of life without losing her natural warmth. Those closest to the royal household whisper that the Queen's guidance has become more deliberate over the past year, especially since the ascension of King Frederik X, a shift that placed the Danish royal family firmly in a new chapter of its history. Princess Isabella's upcoming 18th birthday has also cast a long shadow over the months leading up to this moment, as it will mark not only her legal adulthood but her formal entry into a more active royal role. The expectation is that she will take on engagements of increasing significance, and with that, the weight of royal protocol, public expectation, and media attention will intensify. Queen Mary's approach to preparing her daughter is a study in quiet yet decisive leadership. She has ensured that Isabella is present at major state events, positioned where cameras capture her but never overshadow her brother, Crown Prince Christian. The balance is intentional: enough visibility to introduce her to the public as an individual royal figure, but not so much as to draw unwanted comparisons or controversy. The Queen's influence also extends beyond public appearances. Behind palace doors, it is said that she and King Frederik have involved Isabella in the kinds of discussions that shape the monarchy's relationship with Denmark's government and its people. Such exposure at an early stage is not simply ceremonial, it is a deliberate act of grooming for responsibility. Friends of the family reveal that Queen Mary has impressed upon Isabella the importance of empathy, discretion, and resilience, qualities essential to surviving in a role where every smile, every gesture, and every comment can be interpreted and magnified in the press. Already, the results of this training are visible. Isabella has begun to develop her own distinct style, blending the modern with the traditional, a reflection of Denmark's evolving royal image. At official functions, she mirrors her mother's grace, yet there is a spark of youthful independence that suggests she will not be content to be a mere copy of the generation before her. The Danish press, usually reserved in its coverage of younger royals, has noted with interest her growing confidence, hinting that she may emerge as one of the most influential royal women of her generation. Internationally, royal watchers have compared her path to that of other young royals in Europe: Princess Leonor of Spain, Princess Ingrid, Alexandra of Norway, and Princess Elizabeth of Belgium, noting both the similarities and the uniquely Danish approach to succession and public engagement. Queen Mary's long-term vision appears to be one of gradual empowerment, ensuring that Isabella is fully prepared for whatever role destiny places upon her, whether that is as a working royal supporting her brother or as a symbolic figure representing Denmark abroad. There is also an undercurrent of speculation that this careful preparation is not simply about tradition, but about fortifying the monarchy itself. In an age where public opinion can make or break royal institutions, having a capable, relatable, and well-prepared younger generation is seen as essential to maintaining relevance. This makes Isabella's development not just a personal milestone, but a matter of national significance. Public sentiment towards the princess has been largely positive. Many Danes view her as approachable, with a modern sensibility that appeals to younger citizens, while still respecting the heritage of her position. This dual appeal could prove to be one of the royal family's greatest assets in the coming decades. As Queen Mary continues to guide her daughter through this pivotal stage, each appearance, each speech, and each symbolic gesture becomes part of a larger narrative, one that is shaping not only Isabella's destiny but the future image of the Danish monarchy. The months ahead promise more visible signs of this transformation. The public will likely see Isabella take on solo engagements, perhaps championing causes close to her heart, mirroring the path her mother took when she began to define her own royal identity. For now, however, the focus remains on the deliberate and thoughtful mentorship unfolding within the palace walls. In a world where monarchies are constantly under scrutiny and the line between tradition and modern relevance grows ever thinner, Queen Mary's decision to personally steer her daughter's emergence into public life stands as a testament to her commitment to both family and duty. Princess Isabella's poised steps towards this new chapter, guided by a mother who understands the weight of the crown better than anyone, mark the beginning of a fascinating journey, one that will be watched, dissected, and remembered for years to come. And so, the question lingers, as Princess Isabella takes her first true steps into the spotlight, will she redefine what it means to be a modern royal in Denmark, just as her mother did before her? Princess Isabella's transition into a more defined royal role is not occurring in isolation. It is unfolding against the backdrop of a Danish monarchy undergoing one of its most significant generational shifts in decades. King Frederick's ascension earlier this year placed new weight on every member of the royal household, and while Crown Prince Christian bears the most direct constitutional responsibility as heir, the ripple effect of this change touches his siblings profoundly. In Isabella's case, this moment is both an opportunity and a test. Those who have watched Queen Mary over the years know that she does not leave such moments to chance. Her own journey from a young Australian woman with a life far removed from palaces, to Denmark's most admired modern queen, is proof of her belief in preparation, adaptability, and grace under pressure. And now, it appears she is deploying the same philosophy in raising her second child. The way this is being done, however, is worth close attention. For many in the royal world, coming of age means being thrust suddenly into the spotlight, often before the individual feels truly ready. Queen Mary, however, seems intent on avoiding this abrupt exposure. Instead, Isabella's public life has been built slowly, layer by layer, almost like the careful construction of a cathedral, solid foundations laid before the more intricate details appear. One striking example of this came earlier in the year when Isabella accompanied her parents and siblings on a state occasion that brought together dignitaries from across Europe. While much of the media focus was on King Frederick's first months as monarch and Crown Prince Christian's role as heir, careful observers noted how Isabella handled herself with an understated confidence. She engaged warmly with guests, maintained composure under the gaze of dozens of photographers, and exuded a maturity beyond her years. For Queen Mary, moments like these are not just photo opportunities, they are training grounds. Every handshake, every brief conversation is a rehearsal for the more demanding diplomatic encounters to come. Behind the scenes, those who work closely with the royal family describe how Mary debriefs such events with her daughter afterwards, not as a critic, but as a mentor. The focus, they say, is on what went well, how to adapt in the future, and how to always project authenticity while maintaining the dignity expected of a royal. Yet it is not only about manners and presentation. Queen Mary has also introduced Isabella to the causes that matter to the Danish royal family, encouraging her to understand not just the ceremonial aspects of her position, but the real societal impact she can have. Education, sustainability, and youth engagement are areas where Isabella has shown early interest, and insiders hint that she may choose to champion initiatives that connect with her generation's priorities. The Danish public, for its part, has responded warmly to this gradual unveiling of Isabella's role. Social media commentary has been particularly telling, with many praising the way she balances youthful individuality with respect for tradition. Fashion bloggers have also begun to track her style evolution, noting her preference for elegant simplicity with occasional bold touches, a visual metaphor, perhaps, for the monarchy's balancing act between history and modernity. This evolving image is also playing internationally. In Spain, commentators have drawn parallels between Isabella and Princess Leonor, noting that while Leonor is already preparing to one day reign, Isabella's role will likely be more flexible, a fact that could allow her to shape her public identity in ways less constrained by constitutional expectations. In Norway, Princess Ingrid Alexandra's experiences as a young royal have been cited as another point of comparison, showing how each monarchy adapts differently to the challenge of introducing younger members to public life. These comparisons are not just idle gossip, they highlight the strategic importance of young royals in maintaining public affection for institutions that, in some countries, face growing skepticism. By presenting Isabella as relatable yet aspirational, the Danish monarchy is not only strengthening its own future but also reinforcing its relevance in a rapidly changing world. Still, even with all the planning and positive public reception, challenges lie ahead. The scrutiny that comes with royal life is relentless. Every step Isabella takes will be photographed, every word she speaks recorded and analyzed, often out of context. Social media, while a tool for connection, can also be a source of harsh criticism, something Queen Mary knows well from her own experience. This is why resilience is such a central part of the Queen's mentorship. Sources close to the family say that Mary has encouraged her daughter to focus on the people she serves rather than the voices of detractors. She reminds Isabella that the role of a royal is not about personal popularity, but about service, continuity, and representing the best of the nation. The coming months will test this resilience. Isabella's 18th birthday, anticipated with great public interest, is expected to be marked by a blend of private celebration and public acknowledgement. While details remain closely guarded, there is speculation that she will deliver a short address, a symbolic step into her adult royal duties. Such a moment will not only showcase her public speaking abilities but will also serve as a milestone in the Queen's long-term plan. Some royal historians have noted that the transition Isabella is undergoing bears striking similarities to the path taken by Queen Margrethe in her youth, though adapted for a 21st-century audience. The continuity of values, duty, poise, and connection with the people remains, but the methods of communication and engagement have evolved dramatically. Where once royal presence was limited to physical events and newspaper coverage, today it extends to social media highlights, online streaming of ceremonies, and instant global visibility. Queen Mary understands this reality better than most, and she is ensuring that Isabella enters it with both skill and confidence. This careful, almost chess-like strategy is why many believe Queen Mary is not just preparing her daughter for the next few years, but for decades of meaningful royal service. And in this process, she is also reinforcing her own legacy as a queen who combined tradition with modern vision. The question now is not whether Isabella will rise to the occasion, but how she will define her own place within the evolving story of the Danish monarchy. The stakes are high, not only for her, but for the future image of the royal family itself. Every move, every choice, every cause she embraces will contribute to how history remembers this period of transition. For now, though, the world watches as mother and daughter walk this path together, each step a reminder that in the life of a royal, change is not just inevitable, it is the very essence of survival. And so, as Denmark's young princess takes these formative steps into her destiny, guided by one of the most respected queens of her generation, one can't help but wonder, in the years to come, will Princess Isabella's story be told as the tale of a royal shaped by tradition, or the story of a woman who reshaped the very meaning of modern royalty?